Hello and welcome to the next episode of Eternal Connection on Blog Talk Radio. My name is Daniel Feint, and I'll be the host for the next 10-15 minutes just to share with you what I feel is noteworthy or possibly a pleasant reminder. Things that you already probably know, or maybe new thought. I don't know. I'm currently dodging my cat and trying to record this without him pulling out the USB cord or chewing on the cord of my headset. I will pre-record this and upload it and broadcast it. Again, my name is Daniel Feint. If you want to find out more about what I do online, you can go to my website, which is DanielFeindt.com. So anyway, today we're going to be talking about the topic of all-inclusive, and this is on a psychological level of the mind and thought and interacting with life and owning our thoughts and feelings that they come from us, and that outside circumstances we have a choice as to how to interact with them. So what does it mean to be unconditional or all-inclusive? Well, obviously, or of course, it does mean to not judge our feelings as good or bad, and not judge our thoughts as good or bad. We as humans, of course, on this planet, in this life, go through ups and downs meaning feeling really good and feeling not so good. There's situations, of course, that we bounce up against, and it's been said life is a contact sport, so we can't just go through life floating around and not being affected by anything, yet the effect is within us. I like to think that things outside of us are reflective as to what's truly going on inside of us. Sometimes I feel I get annoyed, but then I have to, or I want to, journal and find out why I'm being annoyed. And usually when I find that out, I come to peace with it, because then I can recognize that my cat is going crazy in the other room. Okay, I'm trying to focus here. Yeah, so this goes with our feelings as well, and our thoughts. We may have thoughts that we don't want to think about other people, yet we have a right to, at times, I think. We also have a right to choose how we deal with those thoughts, and do we recognize that they're just passing through, even though they might seem really real at the time. Do we have the discipline and the awareness and discernment not to voice these thoughts or take action that may cause harm, because that's a choice on us as well. It's also been observed that when somebody says something to me, or says something to you or anybody that may be offensive or happy or anything like that, it's coming from them. And the easiest example is when somebody insults or does something, or my cat runs across the room and jumps up on the chair and almost goes out the window. No, I have the window just cracked a little bit. But that's on him. That's what he's doing in his life. And me, I'm just sitting here recording things. So Um, Now I could get upset about what the cat's doing and that he's out of his mind, but that's on me that I thought that. So it sort of empowers, or if we own the ideas that we have, then we know that we have what it takes to be resilient. Um, be resilient in what goes on in life, and to develop our character in life how we want to. As I've been exploring this topic and learning about this, I found that there was a lot of anger and hurt, or not so quote-unquote pleasant feelings, and I've been voicing them. But I feel maybe now that I've recognized that and I'm okay with that, I also am okay with the idea that I can change that and not voice that and choose to approach things in a different way. And like I said, thoughts are just passing through, and I mean, we do have the choice of ruminating or thinking things over and over again, which in that way it sort of blocks things getting quote-unquote better. Sometimes they get quote-unquote worse. So with the topic today of all-inclusive, it could also be thought of as unconditional. With the idea of sort of a spiritual sense, something that I like to think about is that there's nothing I can do and there's nothing I can't do for God or my Creator or the universe or the divine source, that there's nothing I can do and there's nothing I can't do that won't, or that will affect the love. So that's where it takes some pressure off, I think, and some stress as to always wanting to do the, like I said, quote-unquote right thing. Now I'm saying quote-unquotes because in all-inclusive nature of things that I'm trying to strive for, and that is probably truth, in my opinion, that doesn't have definitions of one or the other. It's unified. So where was I going with this? My neighbor just sneezed. I have all kinds of distractions to help me make a very smooth and laid out radio program. Okay, we're about 8.5 minutes into the recording, so I'm going to continue on with this line of thinking. Now, I mentioned just a few minutes ago about how there's nothing I can do and there's nothing I can't do to dissuade the love. And if we apply that to ourselves, there's nothing we can do or can't do to dissuade the love that we have as well. I like to think that we are made of love and that we are love. It's just when we get confused or caught up in our thinking that we aren't. That's kind of, I don't see that as true. I just think it's, I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain. I could say that it's an illusion, but it's a real illusion. That's kind of a paradox. With all-inclusive ways of thinking, you could sort of wrap things into paradoxes as well, like it's seriously funny or unconditionally conditional or conditionally unconditional. I don't know, I'm just sort of reaching for things to, but anything, you take the good, the bad, the right, the wrong, the differences between people, between in this life, whatever, and sort of blend them together and sort of like own that within this life and who we are. And I think that's a beneficial thing to do, because I see that as the truth as to how we can move from who we are out into the world, discern what we want to do, what we want to entertain in our mind and in our self and our soul, and how we want to display that in the world. So anyway, today we're talking about the all-inclusive, the unconditional, and I appreciate you listening to this. I hope it's helpful and entertaining. I know that I've made some mistakes in life, but hopefully with an all-inclusive way of thinking, it's so that I could get to this point to learn and apply what I've learned to see it. This world is, and the way that I've been thought of is, I was going to say for a better way of life, but maybe an improved way of life, or just a different way of life, if different is all-inclusive, I guess, instead of the same way approaching. But we do have routines. Anyway, I'm trying to do my best to explain this, and I hope you've enjoyed what I have to say. I guess we're about 12 minutes into the recording and the broadcast, so I just want to wish you all the best. Again, my name is Daniel Feint. You're listening to the Eternal Connection radio program on Blog Talk Radio. The podcasts are free on iTunes, and if you want to find out more about my work online, you can go to DanielFeindt.com. I'm trying to get some artwork up on that. I have to create the web pages for that, and you can find my online journals, my public Facebook post, free downloads of audiobooks and ebooks, my YouTube channel, all kinds of fun stuff. So take care. I send you all my love, and until next time.